You know this feeling. Turn off your computer. Poof, your unsaved work is gone. But pull out a memory card from an old camera. Those photos from 5 years ago are still there. How does flash memory remember without power? Let's go inside. Inside every flash drive is a microscopic grid, like a city map. The horizontal lines are word addresses. The vertical lines are bit addresses. Where they meet, that's a cell. Each cell holds one tiny piece of your data, either a 1 or a 0. Each cell has two transistors. The control gate connects to the word line, like a doorbell. The floating gate sits behind a super thin wall of metal oxide. When electricity flows from source to drain, it tries to push through that wall. A bit sensor checks the voltage. If the control gate has at least half the charge of the floating gate, that's a 1. Flash memory comes from the factory with all cells as 1 south. When you save a file, you're changing specific cells to O south. To write a 0, flash memory uses something called Fowler-Nordheim tunneling. A current from the bit line boils electrons off the floating gate. They blast through the metal oxide, but once through, they lose too much energy to go back. They're trapped, even when power is turned off. Those trapped electrons become an invisible wall. The sensor detects that difference and says, that's a 0. That wall stays there for years. No battery needed. To reuse the memory, we send a strong electrical field. That gives the trapped electrons enough energy to escape. They spread out evenly again. All cells go back to 1. Ready for new data. That's why your camera's SD card holds photos without power. And those little gum-stick USB drives, they're just faster, smarter versions of the exact same grid. Some even have their own controller chip for quicker reads and writes. So next time you save a photo to a memory card, remember, you're not just clicking save. You're trapping electrons behind an invisible wall. Pretty wild for something smaller than your fingernail, right?